after seeing Drini's run defense, I'll be shocked if he scores 13 points myself.
Madden Bowl winner from last year, Drini. One of the young guns, 20 years old, biggest money winner active in the field. He could actually hopscotch Skimbo on the all-time money list if everything goes right today and tomorrow. Gale Sayers right away. Both guys will rock with Gale Sayers here, which has been a huge card in this tournament.
Gale Sayers, one of the best running backs in the game. I like early. Drini, like simple dive. However, Joke's user got caught up. If he wants to be able to stop Drini's run game, he cannot have his user get caught up.
Actually putting it in the air now, and he finds Ingram, the tight end.
Hey, shout out to
and
Ghost,
he could
man.
go.
Ghost is the
He
best
will.
offensive player in history, bro.
Just a great corner route concept. Joke's probably selling out a little bit on the run because he just popped a nice dive for 6-7 yards. Mixes in the pass. That's why being able to mix up run and pass is so important. He caught Joke off guard, busted coverage on the left side, and that Ingram is so fast. Touchdown.
Somewhere in his home studio, Mo is nodding his head up and down. Evan Ingram went for a 50-yard touchdown in the first quarter last week for Drini against Serious Mo. Here's a serious touchdown replay from Snickers.
Again, that Ingram just on a simple corner route, throws it over the top, and that Ingram is very fast. It's going to be hard to catch him. He tried. Great mix and play call by Drini. 7 early on the board. Now he's going to get to show off this awesome run defense that everyone's been talking about, and now we're about to see the preparation of Joke if he has something for this run defense.
You talked about Drini's run defense yesterday. Volt had Bo Jackson. Drini made Bo, that golden ticket Bo, look like he'd been fed a plate of meatballs and margarine. I mean, he just could not get going at all. That's all Drini.
Yeah, and I will say this, that is the beauty, though, of being the 1 seed. Say they would have played first round, Drini probably pops Joke. Honestly, he probably does. However, Joke got to study the tape. That's why being that 1 seed, getting a bye is so important. Now you have time to lab all day for this new run defense you've never seen before. So that's an advantage to Joke. Now let's see if he can execute.
Drini's been allowing not even 9 points a game in this tournament. And he's already got 7 on the board for himself in the bank. All right, so take 2. Here's Gale Sayers the other way. And he gets mauled.
Not surprised at all, because Volt at the end of the game called that certain run play, and it looked like it was the best run play he had was that out on a stretch to the left. However, Drini, as soon as he came, was all over it. User swerved right in there. Great defense.
Boy, so much for that note about no first half touchdowns today. We played, what, 30 seconds and saw a touchdown in this one. Though we still anticipate a low-scoring game. 7-0 early on for 20-year-old Drini. And there's Gale Sayers bouncing and trying to cut it back inside. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1.
That run had so much potential. That's the look Joke likes to see. The user of Drini got caught up. Joke bounced it outside. If he makes that one person miss, it's a touchdown. Joke is probably going to go right back to this play. Even, he's going goal line. It looks like maybe just doing his, his audibles and, putting players on their depth chart where they need to go. However, like I said, that last run play was very promising.
2 guys that know each other so well, Skimbo. It was Joke against Drini in the club championship semifinals, a 21-20 game. And Joke allowed a running back to have a big day. Drini went with Eric Dickerson in that one. Actually, Joke got to within a point with 4 minutes left. Could have gone for 2. He didn't. He never got the ball back and lost that game 21-20. There's the first down and more. Gale Sayers open field. Gale Sayers with some
Come
wiggle.
on, man.
Some more wiggle.
Come on.
Touchdown.
1D, come on.
That is so much stick work by Joke. He was patient, waiting for Drini to commit. Drini was running so he doesn't commit. And Joke just users right across him, behind him, swerves him, waits, and goes right by him. That is top level, top Madden stick work by Joke.
Oh, remember, it was 343 yards rushing against Volterax for Joke using Gale Sayers not too long ago. Wow, we got a 7-7 game right away. A quick replay for you here.
And listen, Drini probably has some of the best stick in the nation, and being able to out-swerve him is impressive.
Gale Sayers, Gale Sayers, Gale Sayers, both ways here. The Kansas Comet got plenty of time to hit old Mr. Google if you don't know too much about Gale Sayers. But one thing that Madden always seems to do, we'll find a player from years and years ago. A lot of the younger Madden players might not know him, but you get interested in him. Eli Manning takes a seat. There's some heat. And a lot of linebackers making plays in this tournament. Frank Clark is one of them. Jerome Baker is one of them. They both wear 55. They both get it done.
Huge sack. He had 2 post routes that were going to become open. However, when you're trying to eye down 2 posts, it takes a little bit of time for it to develop, and they got home.
And again, Joke said, if I score 13 in this game, I win. Let's see if that's true. Because we're already 7-7 still in the first quarter, and here comes 4th down.
I'm just going to say what's probably going through Joke's head right now. His defense, that's what he means. He doesn't think Drini's going to score over 10 points, obviously, if he thinks 10 points is going to win. So he gives up 7 on the second play of the game. He's probably in a little panic mode because he's not confident in his offense. So the fact that he cribbed a touchdown on his first drive, Joke's probably very settled in, because I promise you, he might not have shown it, but he was panicking after Drini scored that touchdown.
Yeah, he was bounced back up here because now he's got the ball back, already back in a tie score. In the battle of 2 guys who are top 5 all-time on the money list. Combined, they're at about $480 grand that they've made as Madden pros. And again, with Drini, this is a guy that's not even 21 years old yet. And Sayers will get belted near the 30.
Absolutely. He's only been competing for about 3 years. I don't even know, but you know, for such a short period of time and have that kind of success, that is honestly unbelievable.
And as for Joke, I mean, he's won around 180 grand, but no belts to his name. Noah, for example, he's won around 50 grand, but already has a belt. Sayers smothered in the backfield. Good pursuit, and there's that run D from Drini.
Well, there it is. His user's getting blocked, and that's what I'm talking about. His other players are making plays. However, his lineman, he was set up perfect to go block the next level, and he just went right on him.
Joke's got some nasty streak on that O-line. He's using Alex Mack as an identifier, so a very good O-line in front of Gale Sayers. And Franco Harris is a fullback.
Big.
Fastest fullback out there,
big
too.
Timeout. Yeah, big timeout.
Yeah,
Joke didn't like what he saw on the offensive side. He called a timeout.
And don't adjust your set. That's Joe Thomas out wide right as a tight end. Very inventive. And that's Tress Way, the punter, at quarterback. I mean, that's kind of where we are in the meta right now, if you're really that committed to the run. So
Absolutely.
Weird seeing
it's
Joe Thomas in motion, right? But they're out there blocking for Sayers, cutting inside, and he almost was able to spring it there. And now, kind of an interesting call. I mean, it's early on, right? It is 4th down. It's 4th and reasonably short.
He's going to punt the ball. This is what Joke's going to do. He's not going to give Drini field position. He's going to absolutely punt this ball and get right back on defense.
Well, after we saw not a single first half touchdown today in the first 3 games, we saw 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, a 7-7 tie, and now a 4th and 3, and a punt coming up.
You know, only needing 3 yards, I don't think he'll do a fake punt here, but it's only 3 yards. I'll be curious to see what Joke does. I doubt he does it, though.
Well, he's got Gale Sayers up here, but it is a snap back to the lefty punter, Tress Way. They say no way to the fake punt. That's your dad joke for the day. I hadn't gotten one in yet, so we'll go forward here with Joke and Drini tied at 7. And you know, I go back to Joke here just for a moment, Skimbo. I mean, this is a guy that, when he wants to, can fire up the turbo engines. This is a guy that played in Madden Bowl 17, had an 81-point game against I'm Wild. That was a 47-34 game, but that's just not where we are in Madden Bowl 20.
No, Madden changes every year. That's far from what we have right now.
Ladled out. John Ross can't quite turn the corner for the first down. I'll tell you, Skimbo, early on, things like 3rd and 3, those are huge downs.
Yeah, but that's where it's a benefit being Drini, because he's not one-dimensional. As you see, he's going to pass here.
Come on, man!
Ooh, and it's batted away. Almost
damn,
taken
bro,
the
Drini
other
is
way as
real.
Frank Clark jumped
That's
in
6
there. It's
points the
4th
other way.
down.
Oh, my goodness. He had a perfect zone playing that wheel route. These runners, they love this running back wheel pass lead inside low point. Joke knows that, has a zone over there to play it, and he wants a pick 6. He wanted it bad, too. That would have been game-changing.
Drini, who's allowed just 1 touchdown in his last 11 quarters. You talk about everything kind of flipping around in Madden now. Drini back on defense here. We have 3:48 to go before the half.
And Joke's right back in that goal line.
Forward.
Yeah, he's right back in that goal line. He had his touchdown out of this formation. I'm surprised he's just finally going back to it. He's had all the success in goal line running this dive.
Drini, who rushed so well
mode
in Madden Bowl 19, yeah, he's going to take this thing down and down and down as he's right around midfield, a little bit beyond. Sayers gets sniffed out. Deion Sanders, who back in the day was not exactly known for tackling, but he makes the arm bar knockdown right there to make it 3rd and 6.
Great job by Drini adjusting his defense. He had his DN shoot through. That run has been killing him. He finally found some defense. Joke's going to need to get a yeah, he's probably going to need a first down.
Sayers trying to turn the corner. He is right on the stripe. Are they going to give it to him or not here? It's 4th and inches. Wow.
Well, the reason why I said he needed a first down, obviously needed a first down, but I felt like a first down gave him around that range, a field goal range, and he's right at that first down marker. And they're telling Madden, when you go to ask Madden, for the majority of the time, Madden's right. They're telling him he can kick a field goal here. He's going against it. He wants the first down.
Remember, Franco Harris is a fullback, is always an option too. But it's Gale Sayers in the backfield, inches to get. And you see the motioning of Franco Harris right to left. Great.
This is huge. Drini's got to get off the field.
Play clock taken down right near that 2-minute warning. And, boy, that's interesting. A timeout taken at 2:01.
He just thought about it. It took 40 seconds for him to make that decision. I need to get my defense back out there. He even told you he thinks if he scores 10 points, he'll be able to win this game, as this field goal will be good. He kicked it perfect. He felt like 10 points will win him this game, and that's why he took that field goal. Smart decision by Joe.
Well, he's basically betting on himself, right? I mean, all the chips being pushed into the middle of the table on his defense. In the Joke against Joka game, Drini Joka out of Washington, D.C., one of the young guns in Madden and the biggest money winner remaining in the field. He's almost overtaken you, Skimbo, for most all time. If he wins here, he'll have a chance to do that tomorrow.
Well, if that time comes, it comes. You know, it is what it is. However, with this game, you know, Joke gets ball at half. So this is huge for Drini to try to get points on the board.
We're up in the Cowboys here on a 1st and 10, 10-7 ball game. And Eli Manning buying time, and he'll charge forward, getting past the 25, so it's going to be a 2nd and 6.
And if you notice at home, if you're casual, you know, why did Eli Manning look so much slower? Well, not only is he slower than Michael Vick, he doesn't have that escape artist ability.
Ingram is knocked out of bounds, so keeping it moving forward here. It is a 1st and 10.
I really like what I'm seeing from Drini. He understands he doesn't need to go for a big play and get a touchdown. Just take what's there. Just try to get at least 3 on this, on the probably the final drive of the half.
Sayers pinballing, and he'll get out near the 40-yard line. Timeout taken.
Here comes this double post concept.
Come on, Frank
No
Clark.
time, though, to get it away.
Come on.
Eli Manning thrown
He gave
down
you a
by
lot of
Frank
cap.
the
Go
Tank.
get the
There's
goddamn
Frank
foot.
Clark.
And you hear him. I spent a lot of cap. That Frank Clark, that's the game changer. Power specialist, he's going to make plays like that for you.
Manning loading up. He has time this time. Oh, it's right by Hollywood Brown.
You know, I'm going to tell you from playing this game a bunch, Joke's even shocked that his safety that came down right there almost picked the ball. Normally, there's no chance to pick that post route, so he didn't even hit the Y button to pick it. He was just trying to come down and make a tackle, and it went right by his face.
All right, so with 44 seconds left and a timeout, you trying to get down here and tack on 3 more?
Well, it's just kind of how it works out for runners. I mean, it might not look like they're trying to, but they are. At any point in Madden 20, a run can pop off. And look, and Drini knows that because he just burned his second timeout because he wasn't comfortable in the run defense he was in. Smart decision by him. Those timeouts don't carry over. Great job calling a timeout if you're not comfortable.
Already, Joke 29-5 in MCS play this year. One of the losses by 1 point to Drini. One of the wins right before that by 1 point against you. The club championships. That was a great game. And here is Gale Sayers turning inside, but no sail. There's that Calvin Johnson at safety.
Right, great play by Drini, good user, could have made it. So what I think Joke's going to try to do here, I'm trying to get in the mind, you know, of a professional Madden player. I feel he's going to call a run. Is he calling a timeout or is Drini calling that timeout? Okay, Drini's calling that timeout. What I see Joke doing is running the ball, try to quick snap, run the ball again, and then calling a timeout.
Well, he takes a tumble again. Calvin Johnson, do not adjust your set. A lot of guys in the field are using that card, kind of a magical card now. A golden ticket, Calvin Johnson on defense, and he's been making a lot of plays in this tournament. 3rd and 10 with, well, time just ticking off the clock here. And there's that last timeout, like you said.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, a lot of people, casuals, are like, oh, he's going into the, you know, the second half, whatever. No, in this Madden, he's going to try to pop one off. Great job calling timeout. This will be the last play of the half.
That is not a Vulturax run at halftime. That did not work out. Calvin Johnson, 3 tackles in a row. Wow, 10-7 at the break, which today passes for a high-scoring game, believe it or not.
It's the games that you don't expect. You know, like, they're always the most unexpected games that happen because you think something's going to be low scoring. 10-7 is low scoring. However, a second play touchdown, we haven't seen that in so long in these games.
Joke by 3. Joke trying to move on to a Final Four. He's been to Final Fours. He has just never hoisted a belt above his head. Drini did that last year, rocking that bandana. Mentioned it, Joke always seems to be hanging around, right? 11 times he's been in EA Majors. Same as Skimbo, young kid who just got knocked out. Been there 13 times. And can you finally take that leap if you're Joke? If you're Rydell Brito, can you get that belt? You're a top 5 player, but you don't have the jewelry yet. That's kind of the time-honored question, right? Do you want the money or do you want the belt? And most of these guys, I mean, I don't know, maybe they feel differently, Skimbo, kind of behind the scenes, but I keep hearing belt instead of coin.
It comes a point where the belt finally means a little bit more to the money. Don't get me wrong, money rules everything, but you play Madden so long, you want just that little bit of glory.
Trying to build on a 10-7 lead. Gale Sayers will take a whack from Isaiah Simmons, who's been another great card to play in this tournament, the rookie that'll be an Arizona Cardinal.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Joe go back to that goal line. It worked well for him. I know it got blown up like one time. I'm actually surprised he's going to these other running formations. Maybe he has something else.
Joke with a great O-line, very much building the way Noah did in this tournament. Alex Mack, we mentioned, at center with the identifier. Got a couple nasty streaks up there, but it doesn't help Gale Sayers. Ed Reed off the edge.
Great run defense by Drini. You can see Joke tried to do something different with the motion over. If you're watching, like, let me just tell you what's going on. Joke is trying to audible motion shift players if he doesn't quick snap you to try to get you out of position because it makes your defenders move. So when you see all these audibles and you see all these linemen shifting, he's just trying to give himself the numbers advantage.
Boy, another whack right there on Gale Sayers. 83 yards for Joke running Gale Sayers. But, of course, one of those runs went for 64 yards to tie the game at the time. And now it's 10-7. Joke has got the lead, but he's punting it away.
Right, and it's a story of Manitowoc. Honestly, if you take out that one run, Drini's run defense has been locked down. It has absolutely been locked down. However, that one run popped off for 7, and then, you know, Joe got to stop, yada, yada. But look, after that first, you know, that first drive by Drini's been really slowed down.
Well, Gale Sayers trying to rev the engine now for Drini. And, I mean, this is just double black diamond difficulty if you're a skier here, trying to figure out how to run on both of these defenses now.
It is, and I'm just curious if Drini will go back to the pass game because the run's looking stuffed. He's going to try to get that Ingram involved again.
Yeah, that's a great point. The Ingram bomb early on. That went for 69 yards, and that's why Drini took that early lead. Can he get back there again or find anybody else? He's got John Ross. He's got Hollywood Brown. He's got Josh Cribbs. Eli Manning, and fans it out. And there is Ingram. Good call by you, Skimbo. That'll move the chains.
Just a mental mistake. You know, top players know when he motioned over, he reset his defense, so he had no zone on the right side. That was just a simple 3-yard out route that was enough to get a first down. Great job by Drini. Joe, he has to clean up his defense. He cannot be giving stuff up like that. That's just too easy.
Working on 12 quarters now. The defense continues to dominate for really both these guys. Joke has allowed 2 touchdowns in that time, and Drini's allowed 1.
Joke's run defense is really good, obviously. And I'll say it again. This is where Drini being able to have a backup option like a pass game is going to help him, because some people would just keep trying to find runs and they wouldn't be working.
Right, Drini's a one-balanced roster guy in this field. Oh, he throws it away to Porter. The user pick, and Porter makes the play. That's huge.
Tracy Porter, I haven't seen a corner jump down on a corner route like that all year. He completely ran the route for him at the end, and Joke's upset, and I would be too. If he doesn't get touched when he's picked, he picks that up and he takes it to the crib because Eli Manning, he's not catching him. That was actually an unfortunate break for Joke because that could have been a pick 6.
Porter had a pick 6 against Mo last week for Drini. As for Joke, in a 10-7 game now, let's see what he can do to add to it, getting the ball back right at midfield. And Sayers with the everything closing up on Gale Sayers both ways now.
Great run defense. And you know, if you're thinking, oh, you know, go get 7, I'm sure he's thinking that too. I promise you, Joke's really just wanting 3. He's really just wanting, he's got to get, because he has one of the best kickers, he probably needs to get, I don't know, I'm not sure, probably 2-3 more yards to make sure he's in field goal range.
With the spin, he's going to get, I think, 2. As we get late in the third quarter, this is a big 3rd and 6 coming up. If you don't convert, I mean, you're talking about a 60, 61-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, but he can hit it.
If he does, whatever happens, it's going to happen in the fourth quarter. 10-7. Drini, last year's Madden Bowl winner against Joke, who's always so close. He is Mr. Almost. Always right there. Doesn't have the belt yet. He's heading to the fourth with a 3-point lead. That fourth quarter presented by Creamy Snickers. You're not smooth when you're hungry.
Oh, no, don't pressure me.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zeros.
Try this Creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and Creamy Snickers.
Into the fourth quarter, and a big fourth quarter. Last time these guys got together when it meant something. Semifinals of the club championship. It ended 21-20, Skimbo. And this was what made it a close game. But then you never got the ball back after that.
Well, Joke just couldn't stop this run game by Drini, as you see the touchdown or the give up and just go, for the win. However, so much has changed since then. Joke was running a QB blast with Lamar Jackson. Now he is just handing the ball off, while Drini, on the other hand, is playing very similar than he did during that time.
Well, Drini might have survived that one. Joke said, I was sick about that for months. I could have gone for 2 and I didn't. Could have tried to go up 22-21. Joke said, I handed Drini that game. Now it is Joke in control. And again, just to go back to it, he told us this morning, almost a Joe Namath style guarantee. If I score 13 points, I win.
Wow.
Ooh, on a 3rd and 6, he goes backwards. That's big.
I was going to say, before the play, it's so big for Drini to just shoot the gap, and he did. He shot it. Joe got scared. He cut left, and that's huge because he's out of field goal range. That's such a big play for Drini.
4 yards forward, he would have had the chance for those 13 points that he coveted, but instead he went 4 yards the wrong way, and here is Tressway to punt it away, and he'll take time off the clock. Good idea. How about angling this punt, though? We saw Decroft barely survive earlier today because of some shoddy punting. Here's where you want to go, coffin corner. Oh, did that hit the pylon? Nope, it rolls into the end zone. That's about as close as you can come to sticking it at the 1.
That's the second game we've seen punch is so close. That changes everything. No one wants to ever be at the 1 yard line. But I just want to talk about Drini's defensive play on 3rd down. It was so important for him to get greedy. Great job, but he's got to put a drive together because he's been shut out besides that 1 play touchdown he had on the 2nd down of the game.
Isn't it something? Once again, it's 4:13 left as the sack will be achieved off the corner by Lattimore. Just to take you back to those highlights we just showed you from those club championships. With 4:13 to go, Drini got the ball and kept the ball. Marched down the field and got it done. He's got the exact same opportunity here. But boy, oh boy, he's going to have to really get moving now, Skimbo. It's 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is, I mean, he's already a star, okay? But this is really where stars and legacy are born. Your back's against the wall, you're down 3, you're struggling to move, but can you put something together? Can you put a drive together? Can you get stuff clicking? He needs to get these route combos going, but for Joke, this is where you make your name and get 1 step closer to that belt. You got to get off the field.
3rd and 14, here comes the heat, and Eli Manning is thrown down. Once again, the defense is really what we're talking about here.
Drini's going to punt this ball very quick, I believe. Get right back on. If you see, he's snapping it quick. He's going to punt the ball quick, and I think it's a pretty good punt. Oh, he's still in bounds.
And Deion Sanders couldn't quite escape. But how about this Frank Clark card that a lot of guys have picked up? He's making plays for everybody.
And I was about to comment on that. When you're spending that much cap on your salary cap team, you're investing so much in that card. You want to see him make game-changing plays. That's a game-changing play. Frank Clark just got busy.
With power specialist on him, that's a big ability to have and a big moment of this game. And Sayers trying to twirl forward. We'll monitor timeouts here, too. Drini's got a couple of them left. And he's simply got to make a stop now. A 1st down from Joke, and he could be in real good shape.
Yep, this is it. Drini's getting those timeouts as he should. He doesn't want those 38 seconds to go to 2-minute warning. 1 1st down, I don't know. It could be game. It's going to be close.
Drini trying to have the chance to defend his Madden Bowl title from last year. And he makes a big run stop here with Lattimore. 3rd and 8.
Ooh, I don't like that. Drini's letting that clock. That's 30 seconds that he could have used, but he's going to let it go to a 2-minute warning. That's a mental mistake, in my opinion. You called a timeout after the first play. You call a timeout again right there. You don't let 35 seconds just go off the clock. Oh, my goodness.
2 timeouts still in his pocket. Who knows? Maybe he'll need them, assuming he gets the ball back. And here really is the play of the tournament for both these guys. A 3rd and 8 right near midfield.
And he needs 3 yards or 3 to 4 yards for a field goal. If he doesn't get a 1st down, 3 or 4 might get a field goal for him. I don't know the wind.
One big rush from Gale Sayers so far today, and that's been it. Can he break him here? Oh, he almost was able to get loose. Very close to getting loose. Is it enough to try the field goal, Skimbo?
They're telling him to punt. Like, I need to look at the wind. I believe he's going to punt, and just no wind for him. He's going to try to have a better punt here and pin him with inside the 10.
He's at the 7. And Joke, well, you know, again, he said, if I score 10, I feel good. If I score 13, I got this. Don't know if he's going to get that 13. He's going to have to roll with his 10 and hope it's enough.
This is exciting, Josh. This is it. He's got to put this drive. He's got to get points. If he doesn't get it, the game is over. He has one timeout. This is a championship drive. It's just, you got to get it going. You got to get to the Final Four somehow if you're Drini.
Looking to pass here.
Come here!
In the coverage. Oh, and almost taken away. Dangerous throw.
What did you just throw?
That should have been game. I don't care if you play Madden in real life. He threw it right at his user. Drini has caught a second life. That should be it. This is crazy. Drini's going to have an opportunity to keep trying to drive down the field. He's got to take advantage of this. You don't get that very often in this game.
That's twice, actually, in this game. Joke thought he had a pick, and it didn't quite work out. Some good receivers out there. Eli Manning trying to find him. He is down in the end zone to safety.
Come on!
Oh, my gosh. He had a guy getting open over the top, but you spent all that cap on your defense, and they finally got to the quarterback. Drini had someone getting over the top. However, Joke's defense shedded, and they got a huge sack for the game.
Frank the Tank, baby. Frank Clark with that 98 grade on him. And again, you put a little bit of ability on him, make him even better. The power specialist shaking free. 12-7 ball game now. Huge stop by Joke. Obviously, he's going to run the ball because he can't pass, but he's just going to try to get this clock going. And again, you can use your punter at quarterback these days, right? I mean, and that's what we're seeing here. Tress Way is simply handing it off to Gale Sayers and/or Franco Harris to kill clock and win this thing by 5. Hey, these are top Madden players. They're just finding good runs. I would like Drini to go for a hit stick there. He's got to gamble. He can't just wrap up. I'm looking at the clock. I'm not sure. I think the game's over. My math is pretty bad right now, but I believe this is going to be close to being over. Well, he'll be able to spin this all the way down here to about 50 seconds on the clock. And on 4th down, you don't want to turn it over in plus territory because you give him that one shot from around the 45-yard line or whatever. So he'll take the play clock down as best he can, leading 12-7. If I'm Joke, I'd probably just toss the ball and run backwards for 10 seconds and then go down and let the clock. I don't want to give Drini any time left to have the ball. Well, just trying to stay on his feet for an extra couple seconds. You're right. That'll take it. I'm looking at the differential here. It's just a few seconds. So on 4th down, you either turn it over or get rid of it with a punt. And the punt might hang enough in the air to where, you know, there's 1 second left on the clock. What Joke needs to do is take a delay game, because in Madden, if you hold it, it'll make you kick the ball with 3 seconds on the play clock, and that would save Drini 3 seconds. So if you're a Joke here, you want to take a delay game, then punt the ball. No, it's a Tennessee Titans uniform. Music City Miracle would have to go the other way. It would have to go against the Titans here. A 12-7 score, and there you have it. The timeout taken with 7 seconds left. We came on talking about how defense has been the story, right? How the average final score today, Skimbo, has been 12-6. Here we are, 12-7. Yeah, but this is huge. Is there going to be enough time? Is he going to return the punt? Is he going to fair catch? Will there be enough time for Drini to get one more play in this game? There will be. The answer is yes. Yeah. He needs 77 yards in 2 seconds. This is it. Hey, but he's got his shot. He's got life. He's got one play to get it right. And if you remember, we always talk about
Volt cribbed one in a certain situation, except at the end of half. Does Drini have any magic in him?
Well, this would be an all-timer. It's up to Joke just to make one more stop. How sticky can he get
Oh
with
my gosh!
Jason Sayers? Not sticky enough. And Joke is going to move on. There will be no defending Madden Bowl champion because Joke has eliminated Drini. Your final 12-7.
What a game. I'm not going to lie. That run at the end had a chance. However, his defense played well, but great job by